Hi, we're off to Bunnings again. Oh, it's only the second time today, so that's alright. I just need a couple of little M3 bolts, big heads and wing nuts to secure my pad to the bracket I've made. So what I use my pad for is to have moving maps on it, which is not the same as GPS. Moving maps actually are the old topographic maps that were originally issued by the Army, or done for the Army. My understanding is they haven't really been updated, but then again, the topography of the country doesn't really change much, does it? So yeah, I'm mounting that in the middle of my dash, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. I've used it in the past, but normally because of the sun streaming through the windscreen, by about lunchtime it's overheated, and so this time I put a shade into it. Plus I've also built a bit of a glare overhang at the top, so hopefully that'll work nicely. It's taken me a couple of hours to manufacture it out of aluminium and pop rivets. Doesn't look nice, but it's functional. Alright, there we go. Getting almost finished preparation for our holiday. I've done all the major work on the caravan. I've finished up all the wiring on the truck so that the camera on the caravan now comes through to the truck. Finished wiring in the auxiliary battery in the back, so it runs the fridge, which will sit just behind the passenger seat. Yeah, so that's we're all ready to go. So I suppose if lockdown continues much further, I might start some of our major projects on the caravan, such as putting cupboard doors into underneath the seat area, which is a bit hard to get to at the moment because you've got to actually remove the cushions and have to timber up. A couple other guys on the cross tracks have put cupboard doors in, which makes it easy access. So underneath my and our seats, I've got my camp oven and fire gear all stored under there, the heavy duty fire gear. So this is what I've made out of bits of scrap aluminium that I had floating around. So it looks like a bit of a monstrosity. I've just held it together with pop rivets and given it a hit of machinery grade paint. So what I've designed to do is actually to glue onto my dashboard. I have a recessed area on the Navara dashboard, so that's been cut to fit into that. And all I need to do is put my pad in there. This sort of holds it in securely, and put some wing nuts on top. There it is. Let me turn the pad on, and then we can launch the app, whatever it is we want. So that's the moving map software. So it's angled slightly forward so that it doesn't get the glare from the sun on it, and this also hopefully will shade it. And what I put on the back here is this will catch most of the sun, radiate that, and get the heat, gather the heat, so that the back of the pad should not get overheated. So that's the theory of it. And next thing is to actually put it into the truck and see how she works. So it's a pretty tight fit there, and that's where it would sit. And we're still getting a bit of sun glare on there. So the sun's coming in the western from the driver's window there. So that's the pads where it'll sit. And yeah, we'll see how she goes on when we get out of lockdown. So I'm just attaching it with double-sided tape. I have to line it up perfectly first because there's no second goes at this. And there she goes. And hopefully that'll stay there. If not, I'll have to bolt it in the end. And that's a little charger point that can go in there into the cigarette lighter, so I can run a charge lead to the pad. And there she is, all good. Sits in there like that. So I can launch a couple of different programs. That's the speedo odometer compass program, or there's the moving maps software, Oz Explorer. So this pad's got loaded into it topographic maps of the whole of Australia, 250k, and you can zoom out or zoom in, different style of map, and then back to all of Australia. World map, that's on the world map. Well, that draws us to a close. Another minor modification that I've done during lockdown. So I've always wanted to do that. I've been looking or thinking about it for many years. I've had the Aussie Explorer software on various devices for about 20 years, and I love it. It's a great moving map software. So you just and it plots your course where you're travelling over the map and saves it. And yeah, I've had various methods of attaching the devices to the car, so in a viewable form. The last one I had was was quite a big attachment. We used a sucker cup off the windscreen. It eventually deteriorated and no longer functioned. I've thought about it for ages, and I actually sat down and chucked one together using the aluminium bits that I had lying around. And we'll see how that performs. Yeah, so subscribe to our YouTube channel, Pinky's Travel Adventures, and keep up to date with our travels when we get out of here. I'm hoping that tomorrow they will announce that our area will be able to travel within the area, because we've got no cases, and the vaccination rates are pretty high. So get vaccinated and yeah, help us travel again. So tune in to Pinky's Travel Adventures. Bye.